Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's do the unboxing and have a first look at this Mi A3. And this is an Android One device by Xiaomi, and let's open it up and see. And as you can see, it's having a triple camera setup, and I would say this is a successor to the Mi A2, and in certain areas it's an improvement, but again I feel it's a downgrade in certain areas. But let's have a closer look at the same. So as you can see over here, as you can see here some of the specs, it says that it comes with an AMOLED screen. Now yes, it comes with an AMOLED screen, but it's a HD plus screen and it's protected by Gorilla Glass. And that apart from the triple camera, we also have a 32 megapixel front facing camera. And guys, as you can see, this is the review unit, and I got it before the launch. Hence, I don't know the exact pricing, but the price is there on this box for the 6GB. So let's look at that. And if you look over here for the 6GB RAM variant, it says that the pricing is 17,499. So I frankly feel the pricing is slightly on the higher side, considering that we are just getting a HD plus screen. And there is also going to be a 4GB RAM variant. When I get the official pricing, I'll add that in the description area. But anyway, so this is the 6GB RAM variant that comes with 128GB of storage. And let's open this up and have a look. And as you can see, we have, I think so, a case inside, the typical rubberish case that we are getting with most devices. So it's similar to that, and we also have a SIM ejector tool. Yes, as you can see, this is pretty flexible that you're getting. I'll just keep that to the side for now. And this is the Mi A3 itself, and we have this in this blue color. In fact, I would say the color looks nice. Let's just take this out. And again, it has that gradient, if you can see, if you just move around, it plays around with the light. So definitely feels nice. And this is also glass, guys. Xiaomi claims this is not polycarbonate. And even the front facing is a Gorilla Glass 5. So let's just take this out. Let me do one thing before we look at this device. Let's see what else do we get in the box. And we're getting a USB Type-C cable with this one, as you can see. And this is supposed to be a 10-watt standard Xiaomi charger that we have seen earlier also. But this device does support 18-watt fast charging, but you have to buy that fast charger separately. So that's what we get in the box. So let me keep that to the side. So guys, let's look at the handset itself. So as you can see, this is the handset, and on the top we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, and we do have an IR blaster on this one. So that's actually nice. And on this end we have the volume rockers and power on off button. Again, good quality. I don't see any wobble on this, but looks like the buttons are made up of plastic. Anyways, bottom will be the vent for the speaker, USB Type-C port, and on this end the SIM tray. So let's open up the SIM tray. Let's just take this tool out and let's have a look at the SIM tray, and let's just pop this out. I believe this time they are giving a hybrid slot. So yes, indeed a hybrid slot, which is an improvement from the Mi A2. There we didn't have any micro SD card slot. So this is what we get. And back, obviously we have the triple camera setup. The main camera is a 48 megapixel. Then we also have a wide angle lens, and the third is a 2 megapixel for depth. So this is how it looks, but again it's sort of a fingerprint magnet, as you can see. So best to use it with a case, and if you put it in the case, this is how it is going to look. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me just power this on, and by the time it actually boots up and I set it up, let me give you a configuration overview. This Mi A3 is having a 6.08-inch Super AMOLED HD Plus screen. It's protected by Gorilla Glass 5. It's powered by the Snapdragon 665 SoC, and it has the Adreno 610 GPU. It comes with 4 or 6 gigabytes of RAM, and storage will be 64 or 128 gigabytes. It also has a IR Blaster 3.5mm headphone jack. Moving to the camera, it has a triple camera setup. The main camera is a 48 megapixel. Then we also have a 8 megapixel for wide angle lens, and lastly a 2 megapixel for depth. Moving to the front facing camera, it's a 32 megapixel, and it has a 4030 milliamp hour battery. And guys, I've just finished setting up this device, and as this is an Android One device, it's a stock Android experience that you would get. And I'm happy to say that no extra bloatware or unnecessary apps are there on this one. So that's actually a nice thing. As you can see, Google specific apps, and it's just setting it up as of now. And if we go over here, and if we go to about the phone, and if we go to and it's running on Android 9. As you can see, June update. Might get the new update. I've just set it up. And again, as an Android 1 device, so you won't have a problem regarding Android updates. It'll get the Android updates quickly. And another thing that I noticed is that this is having that 6.08 inch screen, so hence it's actually very compact and easily fits in your single hand, as you can see. And for fingerprint scanner, it has this in-display fingerprint scanner, as you can see. It also has face unlocking, but I wouldn't trust it that much, I would say. So you have to use this in-display fingerprint scanner. And as of now, I would say it's fairly quick. As you can see, you can tap like this and it's actually unlocking. I noticed that the AMOLED screen is slightly oversaturating the colors. Again, I'll have to test that quite a bit, but again, the viewing angles will be really good. But this is not a full HD plus display. This is a 720p HD plus display that they are using on this smartphone. And this is the higher end variant. So let's look at the storage. And out of that 128 gigabytes, looks like about 113 gigabytes of space is what will be available to you. So that is regarding the storage. Obviously, on the 64 GB, it will be half of that. Anyways, if you just go over here, as you can see, it's the typical Android 1 stock Android experience. So you just swipe like this above for your multitasking tray like this, and it has this Google specific apps. I would say I like the fact that they have now kept this 3.5mm headphone jack that was sorely missing on the Mi A2. But they should have given in a full HD plus screen. Also, now let's look at the camera, because that is again supposed to be an improvement. 48 megapixel Sony sensor is the main one that we are having, and 8 megapixel is the wide and 2 megapixel is the depth. So let's look at the camera, and here we have it. And as you can see, we have this interface. So this is the regular mode, and if you go down over here like this, I feel they should have given an easier option here, but as you can see, it went to the portrait. So you have to toggle like this, it goes to the 2x. And again, if you press over here, these dots, then you get to the wide angle lens. I hope they make it easier. This is a very small area, but again, and as you can see, you can toggle between them to move between the wide angle, regular, and the zoom. And you also have the portrait mode on this one. As you can see, I'll show you some sample shots, but let's also look at the front facing camera on this. And the front facing also has the depth, and this is the regular mode. And let me do one thing, guys. Let me actually shoot some samples so that you have a better idea regarding the camera. So these samples were shot with the rear-facing camera of the Mi A3, and as you can see, it does a good job. I also like the fact that it has that wide-angle lens, as you can see. And also in general shots, the contrast level, etc. were very good, as you can see with the sample shots that we have taken. And now moving to semi-indoor conditions. Also here, also I felt it did actually a good job. These was taken in completely artificial lighting, and for human subjects also, as you can see, it is doing a pretty good job. And again, these were taken in the wide-angle lens, as you can see, and these were now taken in the portrait mode, and I feel even in the portrait mode it actually did a very good job in my opinion. And some of the indoor shots, and here also I was surprised that it did very good even in indoor artificial lighting, and this was with the portrait mode enabled. Now these were taken with the front facing camera, and these were taken in the normal mode, and as you can see, it has ample sharpness, and these were taken with the portrait mode. The portrait mode is a little bit aggressive, but again, still, as you can see, it does a good job. So guys, that's it for now for the unboxing and first look at this Mi A3. And guys, I'm shooting this video before the launch, so I don't know the exact pricing, but it'll be interesting to see how Xiaomi price it. But if they price it very highly like what we saw in the box, so I feel it can be slightly overpriced, because the Realme 5 is having the same Snapdragon 665 SoC that was launched yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see how Xiaomi prices this one. It will be available in two variants, 4GB and this 6GB RAM variant. So what do you guys think about this Mi A3? Do let me know in the comment section below. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and if you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.